Hello everybody and welcome to Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2 Episode 10 Anime Review. Honestly, this episode was sort of low-key, you know, where there was nothing super standouty like there has been in previous weeks. However, despite it being low-key, there were a load of little interesting things, loitered without, and it was pretty good. Most of them pertaining to Ishigami, and it looks like he's going to take his role as the true protagonist that we all need, that we all want to see, and get his basically not his just desserts, but get his reward for being damn good. And that's what we want. Good, your boy Ishigami. And that is the way it looks like it's going to be going. They talked about some things at the end of this episode. There was some stuff in the middle as well, but it definitely looks like Ishigami is going to take a center role in, presumably, we got what, 2 episodes left, presumably the last 2 episodes of the season. It seems like stuff is going to happen for your boy Ishigami. But anyway, let's get into this episode proper, see exactly how everything went down and everything. Let's do this. The episode begins with a sad Miyuki. He is just, hands to his knees in a corner. He's done the whole she loves me not thing with a flower, because I don't know, where did that start, that thing? Because flowers don't deserve that kind of abuse. Flowers must be protected, you know. Have you seen the Bee movie? That would be why. Anyway, yeah, his sister, Kei, Shirogane, she acts like she doesn't care, but really she's dying to know exactly why he's like it, and what happened, and about his matters of the heart and everything. However, she's in her rebellious teenager phase, aka tsundere phase, so she can't be too clingy, we've all been teenagers before, rebellious teenagers. We look back on it and we smile with fondness. Either that or you realise how much of a pain in the ass you are. If you're a teenager now, you'll know what I'm talking about in the years to come. Then we get a thing. Basically, we get the history of Miyuki's family. It's like, yeah, his dad got his wife left him, but then the dad goes from job to job, and he's unemployed a lot and everything. And it's like, oh, and thus Miyuki nags at poor Kei all the time, so she's lost her rag with him. And so she gets annoyed with him. That makes him nag more. It's a downward spiral of communication. They're going to end up estranged at this point. And nobody wants that because, siblings for life. I've got a younger brother and we get on great. It's great having a sibling. So now she has to try and figure out a way for him to get him to tell her without her straight up asking. Basically, it's sort of like the Miyuki and Kaguya mind games, but Kei's doing it to Miyuki. Her idea, I guess, she's really harsh about it. I forget exactly what she says, but she asks, she's like, gross, what happened to you? Something like that. So throw an insult in there while you ask. But then after that, she doesn't get a straight answer. The dad gets home, and was the standout of this episode. He was great. Him and Ishigami won a lot of points for me. The dad gets home and he gets Miyuki to talk with him. He says the immortal line, "I'm your sugar daddy," which I read that and I was just like, okay, Miyuki's dad is great. I think this is the first time he's properly been featured. He might have shown up before, but I don't remember him as, standing out too much here. And then upon listening to Miyuki's struggles, Dad Miyuki, I don't know what we're going to call him, he probably has a name, he relates it to his own failed marriage and everything. And he doesn't quite know how to process that, does old Miyuki. Kei tells him, though, she's actually got some good advice. She's like, hey, the girl was probably just embarrassed because it's about Kaguya avoiding him. Don't think I said that. That's what it's about. And he's getting jealous of Ishigami also. She's probably just embarrassed, she says. And then afterwards, she does the, who was that advice for? She's like saying, she's giving advice, but she can't follow her own advice, that kind of thing. So yeah, Shirogane siblings, they get on really well even when they don't, if that makes any sense whatsoever. The next day, Kaguya and Miyuki are all blushy, but they walk to student council together. Good times. They're back to relative normality, which is always normality. Is that a word? Normalcy is a word. I think they both might be words. I passed English, I promise. But first segment was pretty good. Got things back to normal. Next section opens with the Chica drum and Miyuki's dancing. Is it dancing? We'll call it dancing. And you see this and you know exactly what's happened. Chica's been drafted, I guess, into coaching Miyuki in this dance. I forget exactly what it's called, but she's got a coach him here, but she ends up quitting because he's so bad at it and incompetent. She gets mad and leaves. Poor Chika. Miyuki though, he's gotta learn how to do this dance. So he's found a new teacher, and that teacher is obviously Kaguya and stuff. They're gonna start doing that. Chika shows up and is like, oh, okay. She does the oh, you're challenging me. So yeah, basically Kaguya is now doing the teaching, and Chika is looking on with the scariest eyes I've ever seen. Chika's great, but damn, she would make a good yandere if they decide to go down that route. Her dead eyes with the shadow, very scary is all I'm going to say. But yeah, then it turns out her and Kaguya have opposing ideals, we'll say, on how the dance should be. Kaguya is more about how the moves should be perfect, like choreographed and all that, and Chika is all about how there's got to be feeling in it. It's got to be fun, you know. And I'm on Team Chika here. You know, if I don't think you're having fun when I'm watching you do it, you know, chances are I'm not going to be having much fun either watching, if that makes sense. If something looks more fun, then the people watching have more fun. That just makes sense, I'm pretty sure. That applies to all facets of life, I guess. I'm in no position to be giving out life advice. But yeah, then they start getting into a tug of war, every boy's dream. However, Miyuki's arms might go flying off at the hands of these two. So yeah, but in doing this tug of war, turns out he's figured out how to do the dance by unlocking the spirit of a fishing net, and which is a joke to earlier in this segment. But yeah, now Miyuki has perfected the art of dance thanks to the combined efforts of Chika and Kaguya and their tug of war, and it was alright. This was probably my least favourite section of the episode. It was still fine though, you know, it's when the least favourite section is still pretty alright. I like the whole, you know, the Chika being a coach joke is always pretty funny, and Chika's dead eyes was a good touch as well. It was quite short, but I liked it. So now we go to the disciplinary committee. We have Miko Ino, and we have Friend. Just kidding, I wrote down her name. It's Kobachi. Only one of her names though, so I'm sorry. That's better than I've been doing. So hey, she's got a name now at least. They're doing some disciplinary committee-ing, walking around, confiscating things, other things they're doing. No hand-holding, that's pretty bad too. They run into Chika and the board game club, who are essentially LARPing. So yeah, there's that going on as well. In the corner, Ishigami is playing his Vita or a Switch. Someone told me it was a Switch. It doesn't look the right shape for us as a Switch for me. I think it looks more like a Vita. But whatever, is that relevant or important? Absolutely not. But it's a you know, whatever. Ishigami's playing that, and he's like, you know, I'm technically within the barrier of the student council room, so you cannot take this off me. To which Miko replies, okay then. So what you're saying is, as soon as you're outside this little area here, I can take it from you. So she ties him up and yanks him outside and confiscates his Vita Switch, which was pretty funny in its own right. However, weird thing about this segment at least, the joke and the funniness wasn't the main part of it and the main important part. There was a lot of other stuff, and you know, basically this whole thing, Kobachi's saying, you know, Miko and Ishigami, they don't like each other, they don't get along, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I think they get along tremendously, you know. And more on that in a minute. I'm helming this ship to the death, you know, that's where I'm at this point. Kobachi then tells of a story of Ishigami stalking a girl and then beating up her boyfriend, which got him suspended. And I'm sitting there thinking, Ishigami? Would Ishigami do that? Is that a thing that he can... It doesn't sound very Ishigami-like, you know. I don't think that's accurate. I think there's definitely more to this story than that we know. It's also mentioned again later on that Ishigami's classmate, the one that's in the cheerleading club with him, is like, how, you know, does it not bother you? And Ishigami's like, of course it bothers me. Do you think it wouldn't affect me or something? Jesus. And yeah, that's going on. Also, more stuff going on in a flashback. Miko had like a you know when you like attach a sign to someone's back, so it's like "kick me" or whatever. I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was something to that effect. And Ishigami took it off without her realizing. Like, she was walking that way, and he just comes close, like, whoosh, I'll take that off here. So he's like, he had her back, even, you know, they didn't even speak. She didn't even notice. She probably didn't even know she had it. That's half the point of it, obviously. So yeah, Kobachi saw all this because she's recounting the tale, and then we see Ishigami was not going to be allowed to continue on to high school. But until Miko complained, and basically Miko's the reason that Ishigami got in high school. Oh my god, it's sailing, my dudes. It's definitely, if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be gutted. It's not gonna happen this season, but it's gonna happen. I have to believe that in my heart of hearts, right here. The SS Mikogami, or would Inogami be better? Doesn't matter. It's sailing. But yeah, then you know we have more Ishigami practicing and everything. And she's all like, yeah, I don't think he's not just dicking about. He's you know, he's taking it seriously. And the captain's like, I know Ishigami is taking this seriously and everything. So yeah, I guess Ishigami is going good. What could possibly go wrong? Well, actually, you know, that was a perfect segue for something to go wrong. Nothing went wrong for Ishigami this time, so my segue kind of failed there. But hey, sports day, right? So at the sports day or sports festival or whatever you want to call it, Miyuki's dad showed up to watch because he was bored and had nothing better to do. He doesn't have a job, obviously. You know what? Fine. He just showed up and everything. He, you know, taking pictures of Chika. I mean, fair play, I guess. No, I guess. Definitely fair play, my dude. I understand where you're coming from, but you can't be doing that. You will get arrested. It's fine though. Turns out Chika's dad, who seems like a remarkably normal dude, I'm surprised that he fathered Chika. Is that a bit harsh? It might be a bit harsh, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, he asked him to take pictures. Good job, Miyuki's dad is not going to jail. Miyuki then decides, after the brief interaction, you know, everything going on here, he's like, right, cannot let my dad meet Kaguya. That's the one thing that I cannot let happen. So he says something to his dad, and his dad goes off, go get a hot dog or something. I forget exactly what it was. And yeah, then back to sports day. Poor Kaguya is the only one of the main crew that's on a different team. We don't even see Ishigami in this little section, like where it shows them all, I'm pretty sure. But I think he's also on Team Red. So poor Kaguya is the only one on Team White. And then she wants to cheer for Miyuki, so what you would normally do is just cheer from the stands, right? What she decides to do, she walks well away from the stands, away from everyone else, so there's no one around her. And then in the quietest voice she can muster, she's like, you can do it, yes, come on. And it's like, Kaguya, speak up, I don't think he's going to hear you. But then, there is a mysterious stranger that hears Kaguya. He's right, there. Words are hard. He's right next to Kaguya, and basically, first he starts slagging off Miyuki because Miyuki was obviously running, and Kaguya, of course, cannot let this stand, mysterious stranger who I've never seen before. Yeah, she goes on to recount basically how Miyuki changed her outlook on people because he was the first genuinely nice person who didn't do anything for any kind of reward or anything she'd met, and then since then, you know, she's learned all about selfless acts and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's very heartfelt. And then mysterious stranger was like, that's nice, but here's what am I really asking: do you want to marry and have children and family with Miyuki? And then she explodes, you know, red face. Miyuki shows up, and wouldn't you know it, guys, mysterious stranger was actually Miyuki's dad the whole time. And Kaguya is having his freak out. Miyuki then starts freaking out because she's freaking out. He's like, what did he do? And yeah, good stuff there. And then we go to Ishigami in the it must have been the three-legged race, yeah. He's in the three-legged race with, I believe, from the guy on the cheerleading team. He doesn't have a face, so I guess he's not that important. Yeah, they run. I don't know if they win. Ishigami actually had people cheering for him, and that felt nice and everything. Not Miko, though. She just looked on. She was watching, so I guess that's a start. Ishigami, one day you will be the victor of this game. I have no idea what I'm saying. But yeah, that's not over yet. There is also a mysterious blonde girl with a ponytail. At first I thought it was Hayasaka, but then I was like, no, she has like a side tail. But yeah, mysterious blonde girl shows up. My guess is she's the one from the Ishigami rumor. You know, when it was like, oh, you know, he stalked a girl and beat up her boyfriend. And my guess is that she's the... Because they say she transferred out. I guess she transferred back in, this blonde girl. My guess is she's going to either rile up more rumors about Ishigami, and then the gang will have to disprove them somehow. Or she'll come to his defense in a way, and the transferring would have been completely unrelated, perhaps. I don't know. I believe in Ishigami. I don't believe for a second that that rumor was accurate. He's a good guy. We all know that. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's what I think's going to happen probably. We've got, what, 2 episodes left? I reckon this will be the last... we'll call it an arc. Is it an arc? We'll call it an arc. I reckon it's going to be the last one of them. Maybe Ishigami will, you know, hopefully... I think he might try and leave the student council because of the rumors. And then they'll be like, pack it in, Ishigami. We're a crew. We do this together. Let's go prove your innocence, basically. I think that'd be a good place to end it, roughly. Not read the manga, as I said. So yeah, that'll be exciting. But anyway, I've been rambling. I enjoyed this episode, as I said, despite it being relatively low-key. Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. Thank you very much. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.